You always need a helping hand when you're playing golf. This morning we're going to combine the two. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Haberdashery Gentlemen's Clothiers in the Blackwater Market in historic downtown Conway. We're focused on the 20th annual Helping Hand of Myrtle Beach Golf Tournament to be held this Saturday. And we're visiting with Harlan Roeser, one of the board members for Helping Hand of Myrtle Beach. Good morning, Harlan.
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Thanks for coming in early on a Tuesday morning. Very exciting this Saturday. A lot happening over the next 5 days to get ready for the tournament.
Yes, there is. A lot of activity. We're hoping that more people will sign up and get some more sponsors, and we'll be ready to go make some more money for the Helping Hand.
Yeah, a lot's been happening since. Did you say the inception was 1971?
1971. The Helping Hand was established by the First Methodist Church to help teenagers that came to the beach that didn't have a place to stay. And then in 74 was added by some more churches and expanded to help other people, homeless people and people visiting.
Right.
And then we incorporated in 1976, and then we had some more churches. The Baptist churches joined, and then St. Andrews in 1986, and we expanded since then. So we've been in business for 31 years, helping locals and transient people that come to Myrtle Beach. Mm-hmm. And we sort of fit the mold of we're in between what other agencies can't do, state or federal agencies. We provide help that people may not be able to get from other agencies. So there's a gap there that we like to fill.
Can you think of some examples of that that stick out in your mind?
Well, with housing or gas vouchers, or help with your rent or your utilities. If you have some money, we'll provide the extra money to get you through that month. And the idea is to help the people here that have the lower income jobs that pay $8, $9, $10 an hour. When it's the off season, sometimes it takes a hand just to get you through that month, and that's what we try to do.
That's wonderful. I like that hand image there that gets in people's heads. Helping Hand of Myrtle Beach, and of course, 20 years. This being the 20th year of golf. Myrtle Wood's been the host course for quite a while.
Well, this year we're using Myrtle Wood. We try to move around each year, and this year we selected Myrtle Wood, and they gave us the best offering this year. We have a golf committee that goes out and searches a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, that way we give our players a chance to play on some of the other courses that they may or may not have a chance to play with all year.
Right. Are you a golfer yourself, Harlan?
Yes, I am. I like to golf. I've golfed at Myrtle Wood a few times. There's some lost golf balls over there with my initials on it.
I bet. Yours and mine both. They host a lot of great golf tournaments.
Oh, they do. I think I played in about 5 tournaments over there so far in the last 3 years for Myrtle Wood.
Are you originally from the area, Harlan?
No, we originally moved here 3.5 years ago from California. And we were in California for 24 years, but most of our family is from the East Coast. My wife's from South Philadelphia, and I was born in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Is that
right? So we
right?
decided after I retired to come back to the East Coast, move a little bit closer.
Both of y'all are Pennsylvanians. Did you all meet there? Yeah.
We met on a blind date in Philadelphia.
Oh,
yes.
come on.
Yes.
Is that right?
I always tell everybody I was the one that was blind.
Yeah. No, that's terrible. Listen to that. It's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
Yeah.
But it was fun. We've had a good time. We went from Philadelphia to down to Dallas in '76. Then went to Alaska for 4 years before we went to California.
What was that like living in Alaska?
Alaska was very nice. It was cold, but not that cold. But yet, it was a very small environment. It was very like when you went down to the store, you'd see people that you knew or were your neighbors and things. So it was kind of a nice environment for us for raising the kids at that time.
Is that right? You said you were there 4 years. Was that in Anchorage?
Anchorage, yes.
Is that the biggest city in Alaska?
It is. Biggest city. About 200,000 people were there when we were there. And even then, people said that was a little bit too big for them. People would move out because it was too big.
Is that right?
Very unique environment.
Now, do you actually see Eskimos in Anchorage? I mean, does that stick out, or is that just our igloos? Is that for real?
No, not really.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's just in my daughter's mind, and even in mine, I get. We think about igloos, and I just always wondered if I haven't traveled to Alaska.
It's very. One of the things we did, we went up to Fairbanks during the winter, and up there it gets down to about -20, -30. When you leave your car, you leave it locked, but you leave it running. Otherwise, it'll freeze over. So you have to be careful.
You leave it locked,
leave it running.
That's amazing. Those are images emblazoned in your mind, probably.
Absolutely. When we first went up there, the kids were like 4 and 6, and during the summer, it stays light till about 11 o'clock at night. So we had to bring the kids in from outside playing.
Right.
And they say, well, it's not time to go to bed yet. It's still light.
It's still
but you
light.
Understand, it's 9 o'clock at night. Even though it's light, you have to come in and it's time to go to bed.
That's amazing, Harlan. Yeah. And y'all raised how many children?
A boy and a girl. The oldest is our girl Tracy. She's still in California. And then our boy is out here with us. He's up in Raleigh right now working. Good.
And of course, the move from having grown up on the East Coast, moving out west, y'all were out on the West Coast for quite a while. 24 years. 24 years. The move back east, that's a big deal.
Well, it was. My wife always wanted to move back here, and I sort of said, well, our home is sort of in California. But then we had the opportunity to move back, and I thought, well, we'll stay in the south. We don't want to go too far north because we didn't want to get into the snow and
nice
cold.
weather.
We had enough of that. We had a fill of that. So we decided to look around Florence, and then we found out that my wife's cousin is in real estate here in Myrtle Beach.
Great, good.
So we linked up with her, Lisa Bethune, and here we are, Myrtle Beach. We love it.
That's exciting, Harlan. You quickly got involved. Was it through St. Andrew Catholic Church?
St. Andrew's Church with Helping Hand. I was on the board. Each of the 8 founding churches, sponsored churches, have a representative on the board for a 3-year term, and I'm actually filling out the term of one of the individuals that moved to the West Coast, back to the West Coast.
Right. You highlighted for viewers some of the bridging that gap or helping that delta between what folks can afford, even in a transient sense, and possibly what the government or what the government will help support them and what they can't quite afford. What are some other avenues? I think you all have had some tremendous pamphlets and otherwise that highlight some of the great things Helping Hand has done. For instance, let's say last year in 2006. Do any of those stick out in your mind, whether on food or transportation, some of the great examples of Helping Hand in action?
Well, one of the things we've seen an increase since 2000 of about 100% of the individuals requiring food, and that's one of the items that we provide. The other is when you come into the Helping Hand facility, you actually sign in. We have about 5,000 or 6,000 Rolodex cards that are now being turned over into a computer system, and once you sign in, we have your name on file. Then you see the counselor, and you tell her what you need, and then we try to provide as much help in that area as we can with gas vouchers, with bus tickets, with help with your rent or your utilities, or hygiene products. And it's it's a wide variety of clientele. We have the homeless come in, we have families come in, individuals that are just passing through that maybe just temporarily just don't have enough money to get them from maybe point A to point B, and that sort of helps them out a little bit. How do they find out about Helping Hand of Myrtle Beach? There's a network of people, I'm sure, that tell other people, and I think we get a lot of referrals. In fact, I know we get a lot of referrals from the sponsoring churches and from other churches in Myrtle Beach, because if you go into a town and you're, let's say, stuck, you may want to go to your church to see if they can help you out, and hopefully they'll refer you down to Helping Hands, which then we can help you very much. If a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family out of the house, is there a good website for someone to visit to learn more about Helping Hand of Myrtle Beach, or maybe a phone number, and possibly is that same phone number good for the golf tournament? Yes, it is, 448-8451. Okay, 843-448-8451. And Myrtle Beach of HelpingHand.org is the website. HelpingHand of MyrtleBeach.org. And after hours, you can, if you contact the Myrtle Beach Police, they'll refer you to Helping Hands. Good, so we have after-hour support from the police department. Give viewers a sense of where there's a physical location for Helping Hand of Myrtle Beach, is there not? Yes, we're in the Community Assistance Center. It's on 1411 10th Avenue, Mr. Joe White Avenue, right off of Robert Grissom. Close to that intersection of Grissom and Mr. Joe White Avenue, yeah. See Elizabeth Chapin Patterson. Right. It's tough to get that out. Early on a Tuesday morning, I know. I'm sorry. We've had you travel all the way over here to historic downtown Conway and then have you say Elizabeth Chapin Patterson, or Patterson Chapin, yeah. But we're there with the Community Kitchen, which has a lunch each day, and also with the Community Thrift Shop. Right, so the 3 independent agencies reside in that location, and they've been there for 9 years, but the first 6 or 7 years, we concentrated as agencies to pay the mortgage off. So the mortgage is paid off on the building.
That's fantastic,
which is
Harlan.
nice. And we just pay a maintenance fee.
It's a beautiful building.
So then all the money that we receive then goes to help our clients.
Back into your services. That's tremendous. And of course, transportation's another big service. Oftentimes folks get down here, lack of transportation, and Helping Hand steps in to help provide some opportunity through public.
Yes, we do. We give you gas vouchers if you need for your personal car, or bus tickets. There are people that have to come to Conway from Myrtle Beach to pick up maybe some record, or just to see a doctor or something. And also long-distance bus rides with
Greyhound and
via Greyhound. There was a young gentleman in a couple weeks ago that needed to go out to, I believe it was Oklahoma. And he was sort of stuck here. He had some money for the bus fare, and we provided the other amount so he could get home.
That's great. I sure want to get into the medications and hygiene, the agency referral, even some of the short-term shelter. But let's talk a little more about the golf tournament this Saturday. Give viewers the specifics on the golf tournament for folks who haven't played in a tournament recently, who haven't been out there for the myriad charity tournaments at Myrtlewood or up and down the Strand. There have been a lot already this summer. Harlan, just give viewers a sense of what they'd expect if they came out this Saturday. The time.
Well, the time, we have a shotgun start at 8:30. And we'll have breakfast and lunch, and that gives you a nice early start. So you should probably get there about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Have a nice cup of coffee and a donut.
Good.
See who else is playing, and maybe buy into some of the other prizes that we have.
Good.
And then get ready to go. And it's a nice course. I think Myrtlewood is one of the older courses here. It's opened in 71 or 72.
Is that right?
Been here a long
About the
time.
same time
it's
as
a nice
Helping
open
Hand.
area course.
Yeah.
Nice open area course. Right on the Intercoastal Waterway.
Right.
So that gives you some nice views. It's a nice, enjoyable course. It's one of the more, I think it's one of the most repeatable played courses in Myrtle Beach on the Grand Strand. It's in that when you play there once, you'll come back more often. You get a lot of repeat
and there's
players
two out there, right? Palmetto and Pine Hills.
Pine Hills. Pine
Right,
Hills slope is 133, which I tend to stay away from. We're playing on a slope of 121, which is a lot easier.
Now, explain that to viewers real quick who may not understand. When you say slope of 133 or slope, I'm sure Donald and most of the folks here do. I'm a simpleton to golf. What does that mean exactly?
Well, the slope is based on various criteria that you'll go out and measure the holes and where the bunkers are, and then they'll come up with just a method of saying that this course is easy, medium, or hard.
Right.
Around 120 is fairly easy but challenging, and then 130 gets a little more hard as far as let's say, the playability of the holes and the distance and the traps and things in the way and the rough, things like that.
So
just to measure how difficult the course is.
And again, you said the 843-448-8451, which is the Helping Hand main number, but folks can sign up. There was also a gentleman, Tony Parada, is it?
Tony Parada, he was the originator of the golf tournament for Helping Hands 20 years ago.
Yes.
You can call him at 236-3550.
236-3550. So many phone numbers, and as you said, helpinghand at myrtlebeach.org. Folks can still go online, sign up. There's online registrations, and I guess that'll run until the end of the week.
Yes, it will.
Okay, good. I know you want to try to get things in as early as possible, but so oftentimes it's weather specific for golf tournaments in the summertime. Folks want to make a decision, want to know what the weather's like a little better.
We'll wait till the last minute, but we try to hold it down to 120 players, but of course we've always gone over that. Now this year we're still a little shy, so we're still looking for players for the rest of the week. If you want to just go ahead and sign up or give us a call or just show up and start playing.